Welcome to the Activated Story Theater's 120th podcast.
This episode, we bring you the story of The Ugly Duckling, a story by Hans Christian Andersen.
Hi there, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly.
And together we are the
Activated Actors. We are coming to you from Attleboro, Massachusetts.
Which is just south of Boston, or a few miles south of Boston.
And north of Providence.
And northeast of Providence, and somewhat northwest of New Bedford.
And very, very east of Tacoma, Washington.
Also very east of Alaska.
And south of Alaska.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so now you know where we are.
Where are you? And why aren't you here?
And why aren't you here? We're doing summer programs out here in Massachusetts, just about wrapping it up. Then we're going to be starting school programs, and we'll be doing school shows in the Northeast area from September, October, then work our way south to do programs in the south. For some reason, we like to go south for the winter.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
I think it has to do with the weather.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are booking shows right now for the school year, so bring us to your school. Find out how by visiting our website, activatedstorytheater.com.
You don't even have to provide transportation to bring us to your school.
No, we'll come. And I also want to put a big thank you out to Target, who has sponsored 3 programs for schools. We've just received grant money from them.
Yes, we hit the bullseye with Target.
We did. So very happy about that. We'll be doing some programs for a school in Florida and 2 out in California, and we may even get a couple more. They're still deciding, and we should have final word at the end of September.
Yay.
And we saw our son Zephyr in a Shakespeare production.
Right. We saw first time ever, I think, that he's seen us in a show and we've seen him in a show on the same day.
On the same day, and it wasn't the same show.
It wasn't the same show.
Right. He did a great job with some friends. They did a Shakespeare in the Park. They had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun watching him.
He portrayed Benedict in Much Ado About Nothing.
Yep. Quite fun.
And if you're not familiar with that, Benedict is sort of I don't know if I'd call him the main character, but he's certainly a very pivotal character.
He's a comedic character.
Yes.
So lots of fun doing that, and I think it must be, yes, it is. It's story time.
So, by special request...
Oh yes, this story was requested by an audience member from one of our shows. So here you have The Ugly Duckling, a story by Hans Christian Andersen.
Once upon a time, there was a mother duck.
And there were some duck eggs.
As fate would have it, the duck eggs were very close
To the mother duck.
In fact, they were...
Underneath her.
And they had been for several days.
Because she was sitting on them.
Waiting for them to hatch. Oh boy, I bet Mother Goose never has to babysit this long. Hey, what's that cracking noise? Either my joints are really stiff or they're beginning to hatch. They are. They're coming out. Oh, it's about time. 4 eggs? I thought there were only 3. Okay, children, time for roll call. Duckling number 1. Oh, my little sweetheart. Duckling number 2. Oh, my little doll. Duckling number 3. Oh, my precious. Duckling number 4. Oh, my. You're a bit different, aren't you? I thought your egg looked kind of odd. But they say you can't judge an egg by its shell. Well, okay, children. Let's all go out for a walk and meet the other animals. But when they went out among the other animals...
They all laughed and made fun of the duckling.
Who was somewhat less than attractive. And the duckling was very sad.
No, nobody loves me. I must really be somewhat less than attractive. I think I'll run away and go live in the woods by myself. But When he got out into the woods, he discovered
that the animals there did not welcome him either.
In fact, they also laughed at him.
And made fun of him. The wolf.
The bear. The eagle.
The wapiti. How did I ever end up here?
At the lake, he saw a flock of
swans
splashing around.
Yes.
Oh, they all look so beautiful. I wish I could be one of them.
Hey guys, stop admiring your reflections and get ready to fly. Winter's coming on and it's almost time to head south.
We have to make sure our feathers are properly preened before we land in Acapulco. I hear there's some nice looking chicks there.
Well, just don't preen too long or you'll get left behind and get lost. And you may end up spending your winter in Manitoba instead.
Soon, winter arrived.
And it turned very cold.
I'd better seek shelter somewhere. Hey, there's a light in the distance. Maybe it's a farmhouse.
It was a farmhouse. So he went out into the barn
And huddled up in the hay.
to stay not so cold.
The next morning,
The farmer came out.
and discovered him.
Hello there, young fella. Oh, what kind of bird are you?
Quack,
You are a bird, aren't you?
Oh, quack, quack.
Oh, yes, of course. You're a turkey. No, I mean, duck. Yeah. You just look like a turkey. I mean, you look unusual for a duck. You also quack with a funny accent. Oh, well, you must be cold out here. Come on in the house and we'll take care of you.
So the farmer took the
Somewhat less than attractive duckling.
into the house and showed it to his wife.
Hey, dear, look what I found in the barn.
Oh, what's that thing doing in the house?
It's another animal to add to our collection. You know how we used to joke about trying to collect all the animals in that E-I-E-I-O song?
It looks like you ran out of vowels a long time ago. What is this thing anyway?
Well, it's a duckling, dear. At least that's what it says. How about it? Can we give it a home for a while?
Well, I guess anything that homely will be right at home here. Oh, all right.
So the somewhat less than attractive duckling spent a few weeks with them.
But it wasn't as pleasant as he thought it was going to be.
Their chicken was always trying to...
pick a fight with him.
Yeah.
Come on, let's have a pecking contest, little bird. What's the matter, you chicken? I'll fight you with one drumstick tied behind me.
And the cat was always...
Trying to eat him.
Meow. Come here, my little hors d'oeuvre.
Help! Help! Oh, why would you want to eat me? I'm somewhat less than attractive.
You may not look so appetizing, but even so, you're a bird, and the birds taste like chicken to me. So come here and get devoured like a good little sport.
Help! Help! Sylvester, what are you up to now? Are you terrorizing the poor little ducky-wucky?
Meow. I'm much too innocent for that. I'm just playing, just as I always do.
Oh, well, isn't that precious? Oh, you seem to be including him in your playtime. That's very sweet of you. When all the other animals have been so mean to him. Oh, carry on.
Meow. Come here, you little feathered finger food.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
So between being challenged to a duel by the chicken and being invited to dinner,
By the cat.
the poor duckling decided that he shouldn't keep staying with the farmer
And his wife. He left for the woods.
again.
Quack! It's so cold. My quack is starting to crack. Hey, there's a cave. I didn't know that was here. I hear that caves stay the same temperature all the time. It won't be toasty warm, but at least I won't freeze to death.
So he spent the winter in the cave, straying out only once every few days
to gather what food he could find.
Finally,
the long, cold winter was over, and the somewhat less than attractive duckling,
very sad and lonely,
decided to go back out into the world. I don't know why I should even bother. Nobody loves me. I feel really different somehow. I'm bigger. That's what it is. I must have grown a lot during the winter. I wonder if I can fly.
So he flapped his wings,
and lo and behold,
he took off into the air.
Cool! Hey, there are definite advantages to having wings. Hey, there's a lake, and the swans are back again. I'll just land over on the other side so it won't disturb anyone.
Hey, brother, what are you doing over there? Come and join us.
Huh? Are you talking to me?
Of course. Who else would I be talking to? Come on over.
Well, the duckling was surprised
that they should be so friendly toward him.
But rather timidly,
he swam over to where the 7 swans were swimming. Hey, brother, I don't know where you were all winter, but you missed a great vacation down south.
Why do you keep calling me brother when you're a swan and I'm a duck?
A duck? Quite an identity crisis there, brother. Look at your reflection in the water.
Wow! Is that really me?
Either that, or someone else's reflection got lost and is following you around.
I really am a swan, but I always thought I was a duck. My mother was a duck.
Well, so what? Lots of us come from Muggle families. No problem. I think what must have happened is that a swan egg somehow accidentally ended up in a duck's nest. That's my theory. But hey, whatever. You're one of us now, and that's what counts. Being a swan has its perks. We get ballets and operas written about us, and we don't get eaten. Now come on, let's admire ourselves in the water.
And so the former duckling,
now a fully grown swan,
lived with the swan flock.
And he was a beautiful bird, admired by all the same people
and animals
who'd scorned him before. Which just goes to show you.
And that's the story of the ugly duckling.
As we say, the somewhat less than attractive duckling.
The somewhat less than attractive duckling. Is that the politically correct phrase?
I guess if you want to call it that. So that was by Hans Christian Andersen, of course, who lived from 1805 to 1875 in Denmark. And he was inspired to write that story, for one thing, by seeing some actual swans somewhere. But also, he was sort of an ugly duckling himself. As a child, he was tall and gangly and not terribly handsome, so he got teased a lot by the other kids. He grew up very poor, but he became a successful author.
Sure did.
And not only that, but he later found out that even though he'd been poor as a child, even though he grew up poor, he was actually related to royalty.
Wow, that's interesting.
So he really was an ugly duckling.
And Hans Christian Andersen also brought us the stories of Little Mermaid, The Red Shoes.
The Red Shoes, The Match Girl.
The Emperor's New Clothes.
Emperor's New Clothes.
Yep.
And we've done some of those stories. We've done Little Mermaid, Emperor's New Clothes. We've done the
Red Shoes.
We've done the Red Shoes. We've done the Nightingale.
Mm-hmm. So we've put those all on stage as well. We are looking forward to doing some school programs this year. Again, if you're interested in bringing us to your school, please visit our website. It's www.activatedstorytheater.com.
And stay activated and be kind to the ducklings.
Please be kind to the ducklings. We'll catch you next time.
Bye. Quack, quack.
Bye.
Activated Story Theater is committed to bringing fun, educational shows to schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use physical comedy, American Sign Language, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring multicultural folktales to life. For booking information, check out our website, activatedstorytheater.com, where you can also find out when the activated actors will be performing near you. Read a story, or order one of our audio CDs. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or listen on Stitcher. We look forward to your comments and folktale suggestions. Stay activated. Until next time.